Welcome to another episode of Ship of War, my review of The Secret Circle.
Ship of War. When ship happens, I'm there.
The Secret Circle is a new fall TV series on the CW based off of a book by the same author of The Vampire Diaries. The Secret Circle follows the story of a 16-year-old girl named Cassie, where something really traumatic happens to her mother in her home state of California, and then she is forced to move to Washington State, to this small town, to live with her grandmother, who she's not really familiar with, and live in this town where she's not really familiar with. All she really knows about it is that's the town her mother grew up in and the town her father grew up in, and I believe it's the same town she was born in, but she's never ever visited throughout her whole lifetime pretty much, for reasons that we later find out why throughout the episodes. Now, two movies this show reminds me of a lot are The Covenant and The Craft. If you've ever seen either movie, you know kind of where they're going with this TV series. But don't be mistaken, this TV series is based off of a book that was written prior to both movies, so it's not a copycat. Not only that, unlike The Covenant and The Craft, this group of witches are actually mixed with female and male. It's not just one group of female, it's not just one group of male. And as long as they have the bloodline of being witches, then automatically they're witches. Doesn't matter if they're male or female. So that's a really interesting twist for them to have a diverse group like that. Now, the romance in this TV show is very interesting because it's kind of like a story where these two characters, Cassie and Adam is already dating somebody in this TV series at the moment. But from my understanding from, little things being said by different characters, is that Cassie and Adam are basically meant to be regardless. Because it seems like supposedly each witch has a life mate, and they have to be with that person. If not, everything gets messed up. And that's kind of how the story is going right now, with Cassie's biological mother and father and Adam's father. Basically what they're trying to say, that something happened where Cassie's mother didn't end up with her life mate, and stuff just ended up messing up for their covenant at the time, and then something bad happened, and then supposedly witchcraft is completely banned in this town, and these teenagers are basically practicing it without the adults knowing it, and that's why it's called The Secret Circle. So that's really interesting, and they kept talking about this in the first and second episode, and I believe this is going to be more of a thing throughout the series, and I'm interested in finding out what's going to happen between Cassie and Adam, and how them avoiding the fact that they're meant to be, supposedly, is going to affect this new circle of witches. So it's a really interesting story, and I believe it's not only a TV series that girls can get into and that's it. I think guys can get into too. If you like that supernatural stuff, you'll really enjoy this. I mean, if you can enjoy The Vampire Diaries, you can definitely enjoy this. They've only aired 2 episodes. If you're interested in watching the TV series, you still have time to catch up before they air the 3rd episode this week. So that is all for this episode of Ship of War. Goodbye, and until next time.